said thanks for watching. Alright, my wife told me that the thing that bugs her the most about vlogs is a shaky camera. So I've kind of put together just a little contraption to try to help my vlogs not be so shaky. So check this out. I've got a little knee pad, you know, that you use when you garden. I've got 2 sticks of gum right here. And what I do is I'll put the camera right here and see how that works out. So now the camera's pointing right at my face and I can say what I want to say without have to hold the camera for 1, losing focus for 2, but the camera don't shake. So this is my first attempt. We'll see what it looks like. So this is what I was thinking. 2 things that are really important in my life is associations. And let me explain what I mean by associations. When you have a situation come into life where you feel like you basically don't know where you're headed, you don't know what your plan is, what purpose is, anything like that. I'm headed through some road construction, so I kind of got to pay attention here a little bit, so hopefully I don't lose focus. But what I want to talk to you about is negative associations and positive associations. Yesterday I had a very energetic day, went out, met some really neat people, had a great meeting. My first meeting was awesome. Met a really neat guy and trying to move things forward. So anyway, that being said, doesn't mean every day is going to be that way. Just because you have a positive day today doesn't mean tomorrow is going to be a positive day. So one thing that we need to work on, I'm going to actually pull over here so that I've got some good lighting so it doesn't keep reflecting. I've tried this setup before and it just keeps bouncing back and forth. The iris keeps trying to adjust the light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull over here and then I can get my thoughts together. Okay. So this is what I want to say. Negative and positive associations. And what I mean by that is a negative association is just that. It's a negative thought. It's a negative thing that if you have a situation that happens in your life and you're trying to figure out what do I need to learn from this? A negative association will always work in the opposite direction of where you want to go. If you guys haven't heard of the book or heard of the tape pack called The Secret, I encourage you to go check it out. I think you can buy the book at Barnes & Noble, and you might even be able to get the CD pack at Barnes & Noble as well. If not, just Google it and you'll be able to find it. I encourage you. Great information on that. Great information. Talks about how you actually view your life. Because you may have a day like yesterday, it was amazing, then you go out today and that's like nothing makes sense. Well, that's kind of how it works, because everything's not going to be perfect every single day. The life that we have to deal with and the reason that we're here on this earth is to be tested, so that when times do get tough and things do happen, that we know what it takes and have the success principles to overcome that. I just got a friend request last night on Facebook. I think her name is Heather. Oh, let me see if I can find it. I think if I give it to you, it's probably going to be the best thing, instead of me trying to just quote it, word for word. But her, I might just have to put a link on it if I can't pull it up here. Yeah, so I'll just put a link down below. I just got her friend request just last night. Really, really cool. So she has like an audio thing that you can download, and she talks about the 7 steps. I think it's the 7 steps of success. And basically what she talks about is how to be purpose-driven, how to understand that you're in control, how to make sure that you manage your time, just some really, really neat, successful principles that would work basically for anything. So I encourage you, I'll put a link down below so that you can review it and, friend her, whatever you want to do. But check it out. This is one thing that I think is the most important. We all need to work on negative associations. Don't entertain them. Don't even bring him in. If you have a bad day, it's just that. It's a bad day. It's nothing else. It's not that you're a bad person, that you don't have the right skill level. It's nothing that you can't overcome. It's just a bad day. And you may have a bad day so that you can overcome an obstacle, so that you can learn how to I mean, I was driving down the road the other day, and I'm right over here in this construction zone, and it was funny. I was watching this big backhoe. He was digging a hole, and all of a sudden his boom just broke right in half. The rod that makes it collapse and everything just broke right in half. And as I drove by, I laughed. Well, it's funny because I'm at that same construction site today, and that exact same bobcat, backhoe, whatever it was, that broke is now digging a hole. So that's what you hear in the background. And I thought, well, that's a perfect example, because just because it broke doesn't mean that it's supposed to stay broke. Doesn't mean that it's a bad backhoe. It just means that it needs to be fixed. And there's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with having obstacles. And the obstacles are there so that we can find a way to overcome them, become better, become greater, become, like this backhoe. It's digging a hole now. I mean, I'm just sitting right across the street, so it's kind of in my mind. But I just think that's a neat, proven example of exactly what we're talking about. Don't entertain negative thoughts. Negative associations should not exist in your mind, in your life, at any time, any given place. It's always positive in and positive out. So, that's my lesson for the day. Work on negative associations. Don't entertain them. Don't allow them in. So, hopefully that helps you for today.